Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eco Wellness with Catherine. And this is where we talk about how we can use elements from this earth to heal ourselves naturally. Who am I? I am a certified Japanese Reiki practitioner. I am an animal mama. I am a cancer survivor and an infertility warrior. And once a month, we have a special wellness expert that we can interview and ask them how they use Mother Earth to heal themselves. And today I have Brooke Banker. And who is Brooke Banker? She is a holistic health wellness enthusiast who blends functional nutrition, regenerative living, and intuitive mind body practices. A former college athlete turned New York City model, and now she's a certified integrative health practitioner and a Yoga Alliance 200-hour instructor. Brooke has worked in practitioner education at BodyBio and currently serves as an account manager for the True Grace Health in Southern California, helping retailers offer high quality, regenerative focused supplements. And Brooke, she believes that wellness should be intuitive, joyful, and accessible, and loves sharing what she learns with all of us. So, Brooke, thank you so much for being on Eco Wellness with Catherine. And you know how this works. We ask three questions for three answers. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and welcome. Okay, well, here we go. So, question number one. How do you personally incorporate elements from the earth, like plants, minerals, water, grounding practices, into your own healing and the work that you do with clients?
Yeah, I mean, I love to kind of get nature and or elements into my life on a daily basis. Absolutely. It's a great practice to stay grounded and stay connected with the earth and Mother Nature. So I make sure that I'm getting clean water. I mean, spring water is best. That like it has naturally occurring minerals in it. But that can be a little bit challenging. So actually what I do mostly at home, I have a reverse osmosis water system and then I add minerals in. So that's a great practice just to get those minerals that are naturally occurring in nature, but can be challenging to get. And then I'd say I live by the beach, so I really try to put my feet in the sand as often as possible, get in the water whenever I can, where, December it gets a little challenging to jump in. But I honestly will still make time to take a cold plunge on the right day when it makes sense. But mostly getting my feet in the sand, having clean water with minerals is probably like some of my best daily practices.
Yes, I agree. We also have a um, what is it?
The reverse osmosis.
Reverse osmosis. Thank you. Also, and oh my gosh, it's the purest, cleanest water that I've tasted in a long time. Now, I haven't been to Iceland, but I heard they have the best water too.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments to be made for a few places. Well, I've had water up in Lake Tahoe, and that water's pretty darn good as well.
Okay, and then what kind of minerals are you adding to your water?
So I represent a brand called True Grace Health right now. They have an electrolyte powder that has sodium, potassium, and magnesium in it. And then there's a few other brands. There's a brand called Trace Minerals that just you could put droppers. There's no flavors in that one. And just has like micro and like nano minerals. So a really well-rounded mineral blend. A lot of the more popular ones now, they have like more hyper doses of the sodium, potassium, and magnesium. And those are minerals that we need. People think, oh, like if I work out really hard or if I sauna today or if I sweat a lot, but even on a daily basis, just to help with stress management and like to help support your body for better sleep, minerals are important for everybody every
Yes,
day.
I know I always feel better when I have that proper balance of
Yeah.
that. So yes. And oh, can you just talk about your glasses really quick?
Yeah.
I'm loving this. I got to get a pair myself.
Yeah, thank you. So these are blue light blockers. So yeah, like we are exposed to a lot of blue light, which is unnatural. It's not what our ancestors grew up with and it affects us. I mean, a lot of it has been we're used to it and like humans are adaptable, but at the same time, like the closer that we get to nature, just the more like kind of, I don't know, almost like endurance we have for the constant insults that we're up against that are just not natural. So yeah, just little ways to kind of protect yourselves from a lot of the newer electromagnetic fields or artificial lights or whatever it is. So this is just an easy practice for me. If I'm at the screens, I keep my blue light blockers on.
Yeah.
And then actually at night, right around like 8 p.m. or, whatever makes sense, I put on a pair with a red lens and that like 100% blocks the blue light. So that's going to help you fall asleep.
Ooh,
If you're exposed to blue light, like
yes.
leading up to bedtime, it can really affect your sleep.
Yes. And do you have a specific brand that you can share?
Yeah. So these I really do like. I'm forgetting which ones these are. Oh, these are called EMR Tech. And these are like the like yellow lenses for more for daytime. And then my evening lenses are red, and that's from a brand called Bond Charge.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, moving on to question number two. Can you share a moment when nature played a powerful role in your own healing journey?
Yeah, I would say just incorporating nature in my days, like when I lived in New York City, the concrete jungle, just finding ways to get close to nature. I was lucky. I lived on the Upper East Side. I could walk east and I could get to the river. I could walk west and I was in Central Park. So those were like safe havens for me when I was in New York. And then being in California, I have access to different types of nature here. And when I moved here 7 years ago, 2019, it was challenging. I didn't just socially and emotionally, it was a big shift for me, and I didn't have as many friends here. So I really sought out nature to just kind of. I remember I do a lot of yoga, and I was doing a lot of yoga at the time. And one of my instructors was talking about like all of our teachers in nature, just like animals and the rocks and the leaves, and I really like found a lot of comfort in that. So I definitely spent a lot of time in nature. And then we all know what 2020 looked like. So yeah, those practices kind of continued and still help support me today. But I'd say just in getting more settled and just like finding community in nature, honestly. And then you make friends that way too. I was meeting like-minded people, going on hikes, swimming in the ocean, and so it kind of supported my transition to California. And then I think it brought more life and connection, even when I was in New York and surrounded by lots of friends.
Mhm, mhm. And now you also work with supplements.
Yeah.
What, so I know when there are big changes in our life, we need to rebalance from a cellular level.
Yeah.
So what did you find that you used to help balance your body and what you were
Uh,
going through?
Yeah, I mean, adaptogens and fruiting body mushrooms have been really supportive. The brand I represent now, True Grace Health, we do multivitamins, and we do a one daily men's and women's, and then a 40 plus and a 50 plus, and they have just different adaptogen blends and different fruiting body mushroom blends. So for me, I've always like I'm trying to think of the different over the years. I've definitely dabbled in different types of mushrooms for different
I love
reasons.
I love mushrooms.
And then and the fact that they are adaptogenic is like they're going to support you where you're at and kind of help you find balance. Whether you're hypo, hyper, wherever you are, they do work and to bring you back to that equilibrium. But I've used ashwagandha over the years, which actually isn't a mushroom, that's an adaptogen. And then but I've used reishi mushroom. I'm trying to think what I've and then more recently, I use a blend. That has lion's mane, reishi, chaga, like a lot of different mushrooms. And I've just found it really supported it in my like immune function and just help with like brain fog and that sort of thing.
Yes, yes. I know as a cancer survivor, I leaned heavily into reishi and turkey tail. I've also incorporated lion's mane, and that does help with the brain fog. As someone fabulously in their 40s, I do
Mhm.
sometimes get some brain fog, so I lean into those mushrooms, especially lion's mane for that.
Mhm.
And when you're consistent, you see the results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, thank you. Okay, and for our final question, What inspired you to step into this path of holistic health? And how does your why continue to guide your work today?
Thank you. That's a great question. So the way I got into it is just by personal experience. I think it was around the time I got kicked off of my parents' health insurance policy at 26 and was just navigating some health issues on my own. We just felt really called to a more traditional route of medicine as opposed to conventional medicine. Yeah, I've just had different, like more like women's health menstrual type hormonal things that I've been up against in my adult life. And growing up, I had been on birth control since like my first menses. And then it kind of got wise to the fact that it wasn't natural, that I was taking a synthetic hormone every day. And once I kind of sat back and like thought on that and slowly got off of the hormonal birth control and then was trying to regulate my cycle naturally. I have had like acne flares over the years. And so those are all things that I sought to heal more holistically because I had tried the conventional route and it would work for a period of time. If it worked, it would be only for a matter of time because I wasn't getting to
Gotcha.
any root causes or the root of whatever the issue was. So yeah, once you're able to kind of really focus on the which in yeah, in my case it was a lot of gut stuff. It was like a toxic overload with and you wouldn't think that. I've always lived like a more healthful lifestyle, but even just the way I manage or didn't manage stress and just some environmental toxins that I was exposed to that unknowingly. I'm very sensitive to mold and yeah, like drinking out of plastic water bottles my whole life and heavy metals and little things like that. And to some people, it doesn't. We all have like it's like the rain barrel effect. I didn't make this up. It's a term that lots of different holistic practitioners talk about. But like our bodies can only manage so much, and then eventually the rain barrel overfills and you get symptomatic. So I had to work on lowering my rain barrel, my toxin load. And yeah, so now I mean, I feel better than I ever have in my late 30s. My hormones are as balanced as they've ever been. And I just would love to share that and to help people and kind of meet people where they're at and inspire them to make little changes. And then once you start to see the effects of like little changes, and then you can slowly just incorporate more and more, and it just becomes more and more seamless and just a part of your daily life.
Mhm. I love that. Thank you. Yes, very valuable information and reminders. We hear about, the metal detox or the metal toxins in your body and the ways to get rid of those. One of my favorite ways is the metal detox smoothie by
Mm.
the medical medium. And it has cilantro and, kinds of yummy stuff. But,
Yeah.
again, if you're consistent with it, they say after 30 days, you feel a difference.
Yeah.
And all right. So is there anything else that you would like us to know, like how we can find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super active in this space, but I do have certifications and a lot of personal experience, and it is a goal of mine to one day kind of. At the moment, I really just work with friends and family, but looking to expand at some point. But I'm on Instagram at Brooke Banker, BROOKEBANKER, and always feel free to reach out, DM me, and happy to share my experience and help guide as best I can.
All right. Thank you so much, Brooke. And thank you to everyone who tuned in today, all my eco wellness seekers out there. And follow here for more earth rooted wellness. And don't forget to share this with someone who needs it. All right, everyone. Thank you, Brooke. And everyone have a wonderful day.